Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to see about constructor in Java. A constructor in Java is a special method that is used to initialize or used to instantiate an object of the class. So they are called when we create an object of that class. So the main thing which differentiate them from a matrix is that constructor are neither a return type nor void, whereas a method will going to be either void return type, or maybe it may going to have a certain return type. It may be int, it may be float, or it may be string, or it may be double. The constructor will be called only when we instantiate an object, whereas the method can be called anytime. So we're going to see different types of constructor. We do have default constructor. We do have no parameter constructor, or we can call them no argument constructor, and we do have parameterized constructor. So let's see them each one. The first one is a default constructor. This is a type of constructor which is invisible to the user. So it is created by the compiler by default. So when we create a class, the compiler will going to create this default constructor by default. So it will going to take the same name with the class name. The second one is no parameter constructor. The user will going to define the constructor, but it doesn't allow to send values of certain argument when we create an object. When we create an object, so the user will going to define constructor having the same name and having the same access modifier with the class. The third one is parameterized constructor. The constructor is declared by the user, and it allows to send values for arguments when creating an object. So we can have a number of arguments to be declared when we declare that constructor, and we are expected to send values of those declared arguments when we instantiate an object. So the main difference between the method and constructor is a method can be called anytime, whereas the constructor can only be called when we instantiate an object. So we can have many constructor in one class. So at least one constructor will be invoked when we instantiate an object. So let's see practically how we're going to define those constructors. So I do have Eclipse IDE. So within this Eclipse IDE, I can create certain class right here. Default constructor. So right here we don't have a class name stud1. So right here it's invisible to us, but there is default constructor. Let me show you how we're going to invoke that constructor. So let me create an object of stud1 x new stud1. We can invoke this constructor. The second one, we're going to see parameter non-argument constructor. So let me create a constructor public stud1. So right here, I will not going to put any argument right here, but let me print so. System.println. Here is constructor. Here is constructor. So when we instantiate an object right here, it's going to invoke this one. So the expected output from this program will be, here is constructor. Here is constructor will going to be printed out, right? So let me run this one. Okay. Yeah, here it's constructor. Right here, I'm not expect to send any values because this is no argument constructor, no argument. If I instantiate another object, stud1 y new stud1 stud1. So right here, S is capital. So let me run. So I have called 2 times, right? This constructor will be called 2 times. Once we instantiate X object of the stud1 class, and the other when we instantiate Y object of the class stud1. So the expected output will be here is constructor will be displayed 2 times. So let me show you. Let me show you here. Here it is. Here is constructor has been displayed 2 times because we are just instantiating 2 objects, or anytime when we instantiate an object, the constructor will be invoked. So let me create a certain instance variable here, public int age, public string name, string name, okay, good. Then let me use this one, comma, string n. So right here, this refers to these instance variables, right? Int age will be age. So the value sent when we invoke this constructor will be assigned to this instance variable. Will be assigned to this instance variable. The second one, we do have n. So this dot name, then n will be assigned to the instance variable name. So right here. So when we instantiate, we are expected to send integer values of age and the string values of the name. So right here, I will going to send 23 name. Let me take Helen. So I can remove this one. So see, so system print run age is object name is x dot age. So when we declare instance variables here, we're going to access them with dot operator. See, so name is x dot name. This is a parameterized constructor, so it accepts 2 values for the 2 arguments which are declared here. So let me run it and shows you the result of this Java program. So here is the age is 23 and name is Helen will be displayed. So this is all about types of constructor. If you get this video helpful, like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you will going to be notified when I post new concepts upon Java programming. Thanks for listening.